So your weakness is hidden in your strength. You have seen in other areas where they say, your poison and your medicines are the same, are one. Now, what do we mean in relationships? And if you tend to go with this idea like, hey, this is who I am, that person should love me the way I am, or they just want to change me, first you have to go see yourself. When did you create this myself? Yes, because we have characters, we have personas that we have created for a really long time, and then we can say, well, that's how he was since he was a kid. But those mechanisms are done in order to solve a problem of an issue or a state that you were at. You use anger because you were not able to express your emotions, your feelings. You never learned to do that. And then you say, okay, well, that's who I am. No, it's like a one particular time or area in your life, you show anger when you were little, and that's the way your parents just grab attention to you because you were angry. You were not able to, obviously, at such a young age, to express that you were feeling in a particular way. You were not able to express what was going on within your mind. So you show anger. Your parents reacted, trying to discipline you, like, okay, you cannot do this. This is the bad. So they went into fixing you. But at the same time, at the moment, at the time when you actually got some type of attention, because that's kind of what we are always searching for: meaning, being seen, a meaning in your family life, seeing that you're part of this, and the only way that you saw it was through this, by being angry, and your parents giving you some attention, and they reinforcing this by expressing to you more frustration, and then it was not the best, but that's the way that you actually got attention, and then you went ahead and continue. So it's not that that's who you are, that's who you became. It's not the aspect, well, then she has to or he has to accept the way I am, whatever a situation it is. Because you have to go to see that what is the proper way to go about it. Is like, hey, parents supposed to go and see, like, okay, you're feeling frustrated. This is what's going on with your emotions, and getting frustrated for the situation is okay. As in the aspect, like feeling your emotions, and now let's process them. And now this is the right way to process them. So that would have been the best way that your parents could have done it. That way you wouldn't got this persona like, oh, this is who I am. Like, no, this is who you created yourself to be. It's not about blaming your parents because probably your parents did not know, or blaming yourself because you're like, okay, if I would have said that, if I would have, I knew that my parents were sacrificing, and the only way that I was able to do that is to hold my emotions. I should have been more honest. And again, it's not about blaming parents or yourself. It's more about understanding and saying, okay, but now I need to help my younger self. I need to be able to guide him through this journey. And when your spouses calls you out or to growth, that's that challenge where it becomes like, hey, I do see that somebody else is getting affected. And now it's not only for the other person, but also for myself, because what I should have done when I was younger, or actually expressing my feelings, expressing what was going on, and not just reacting to the situation, is actually now being proactive and being like, okay, this is how I feel, it bothers me, and able to express the situation, come up with a solution, where it might not be a perfect solution, but it will be a progress of going through it. So again, so these are challenges, these are ways to go about and seeing that your strength of, because it doesn't have to be on the negative. That's why I'm saying your weaknesses hides within your strengths, because it could have been that I'm smart, this is the way I got attention, this is the way I was able to get recognized and feel love by people around me. So I am a smart person, and this is a way I can control what's going on. I get attention. So that can be your actual weakness in that aspect, where you need to make sure you're on top all the times. If you're not on top, then you are frustrated. You don't see yourself as valuable because you are not on top. And then that's the part where I'm saying that your weaknesses lies within those strengths of when because you say, this is who I am, it can be a good thing. So again, so hopefully you're able to go back again in searching for more meanings, and this particular area is seeing what you say, okay, this is who I am, I have always been this way. What happened? What made you to become this particular person? And then going into it not just as an aspect, okay, yes, this is my temperament and this is who I am, and I'm a sanguine, I'm a choleric, or Gemini, Sagittarius, and this is the way they are. No, it's understanding, yes, but not to justify and for the person to be like, and then you have to accept me for who I am. And again, that's not the case. It's the idea for understanding yourself is not so you can justify yourself. It's to understand yourself, to be able to see and get the opportunity to be, oh, now I can actually do something about it, to actually guide myself the proper way. I understand that I built myself to be this way, that protected me when I was a child, that it was a way to actually get attention, to get what I wanted, but that is not the right way. It's not your persona you created. God created you perfectly for the search of love, perfect for the search for that perfection, but in the search for Him, because what you want to eventually is to get to the point where you find yourself for who God created you to be, for the purpose that He wants you to be, and not just justify yourself. All right? Have a great and blessed day.